Welcome to My Dream Home. I'm Jody Hinkle. On today's show, we're going to show you some incredible homes that are available here in the Tucson market, as well as go behind the scenes and show you a remodel from Rebath, as well as a tiny house construction by TUFF Shed. But before we get into that, check out this dream home. Performance, value, accountability. Since 1992, the leadership team at Miramonte has expertly navigated the turbulent economic waters impacting the development and home building industry over the last decade. This vision helped elevate Miramonte into one of the largest and most successful privately owned home builders in Arizona. Chris Kimmerly, the sole owner, is admired for his quick, assured decision-making with customer service focus. A third-generation home builder and graduate of the University of Arizona, he has been the driving force that makes Miramonte the premier builder with innovative and winning designs. At Miramonte at Boulder Pass, the leadership team, which has over a century of combined experience, has put the pieces into place to offer a premier community near the base of the Tortolita Mountains in the Dove Mountain Master Plan community. Neighboring to the north is the Jack Nicklaus Signature Golf Course. Only 12 of these courses exist in the United States. It features 27 holes and is the former host of the Accenture Match Play Tournament of the PGA. Nearby amenities include shopping, restaurants, and Tortolita Mountain Park, where you can enjoy hiking and outdoor activities in the beautiful Tucson desert. Boulder Pass offers 6 thoughtfully designed floor plans ranging from 2,165 square feet to 3,127 square feet on 88 custom home sites that are larger and more exclusive than most home sites in the local market. Miramonte is proud to offer its home buyers a truly one-of-a-kind custom home experience. At Boulder Pass, home buyers will enjoy a streamlined and custom home buying and building experience that enables residents to own a high-quality, unique custom home that is ready for occupancy within 5 to 7 months of finalizing their selections. Home buyers will be amazed at how simple and stress-free the custom home building process can be when working with the seasoned professionals at Miramonte Homes, all while enjoying the cost and timing benefits often associated with the production home building process. Miramonte Homes, twice named Southern Arizona Home Builders Association Builder of the Year and Custom Builder of the Year, builds homes with the pride and dedication to quality construction. We are open 7 days a week, Monday 12 to 5:30 and Tuesday through Sunday 10 to 5:30, or by appointment. Currently, we have 4 quick delivery homes available. I'm very happy to be out at TUFF Shed today with the general manager, Tria Johnson. Thanks for being on the show.
Oh, you're welcome.
You know, we're going to show the folks at home the entire build process of something that you guys just did for the Saba Home and Garden Show. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we built a tiny house. It was only a 10 by 20 because we had to transport it in and out of the show. But we wanted people to know that we are building tiny homes, and it was a huge hit. We did get a lot of questions as to why there wasn't a bathroom in it. It was because it was just a display, just wanted to get the word out. But TUFF Shed builds tiny homes. We build them on concrete, so they are permanent structures. So you have full plumbing, full electric, and all that.
It was really a great looking building.
It was.
The folks that decorated it did a great job as well.
Yeah.
But like you said, you know, you guys had to transport it, and it was going to be there temporarily.
3 days.
3 days,
I had
right?
to get it out of there. Yeah.
But it gives you an idea of what you guys can do on the tiny house level. And since we're talking about that, I know that there's some big changes that just happened in our county. Mm-hmm. You know more about that than I do. Tell us about that.
Sure, yeah. Pima County just passed a new addition to their code for, actually it's called the Tiny House Code. And it's great because it specifies up to 400 square feet that they will classify it as a tiny house. They'll permit it as such, which means they'll waive some of the normal requirements that are required on a full-size home, like egress and regress, the electrical load, you know, the size of the windows and things like that. If it's a lofted space, you don't have to have stairs. You can have a ladder, for example. So they've put a lot of common sense language into the code, which makes it, you know, possible in Pima County for people to live like that. I'm really hoping the city of Tucson comes on board because we get a ton of inquiries from people in Tucson wanting to do it, and they're just not there yet.
Would you say the change in the Pima County codes was because the people wanted it?
They were getting a lot of phone calls, I guess weekly is what I understand, people inquiring about it. They were seeing, you know, the tiny house shows on TV. They're reading things in articles, and they were calling the county every week. And so the county said, you know what, let's take a look at this and do something about it. So we did have a customer that applied for a tiny house permit. They ended up changing their floor plan a little bit and increased the square footage, so it had to go in as a single family residence. But I think we're going to be selling a lot more in the near future.
I think that's a great point. That TUFF Shed, you guys do sheds for storage, but you can do full-size homes, not just tiny houses, but you guys do cabins and single-family homes, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll do anything. Whatever your budget will allow, we can build it.
Now, the other thing is, what is that process like? I know you guys manufacture it all here at your facility in Tucson. So what does that mean for somebody that's not used to that kind of construction process?
The biggest difference between us and a traditional construction company is that we're not fabbing and, you know, assembling the walls and the gables and the roof on site. We're doing it here in our factory in a controlled setting. So the walls are all prefabbed, you know, all of the decking for the roof, for example, and the floor, whatever it is that we're putting in, is all cut to fit. Everything is ready to go. It's stacked in a nice kit, and our contractors come in and, you know, we turn over this kit to them. They get everything, you know, all the way down to the last nail that they're going to need to build the building. So on someone's property, you know, it's assembled there. So it allows us to be able to get into tighter places that our competitors can't get into, for example. When you're talking about a big structure, a big garage, a cabin, a big home, it cuts down the build time significantly. We can do a full-size home in a week, for example, than, you know, opposed to somebody else. It's going to take a while to get it built. We do only do the shells. We're not doing the interior framing, except on the cabins. We do provide interior framing, but on everything else, we're just providing the shell. So we work closely with the customer's engineer, architect, plumber, electrician. You know, we're sharing the plans. That way, everything's integrated when it's permitted. You know, and it's a great, smooth process.
So Tria, for the folks at home that want to find out more and possibly get the process started, what's the best way?
Well, the best way is to go to one of our locations. I've got a location on Oracle Road, just south of Prince, or I've got the factory location here on Gas Road. I suggest coming and talking to one of our sales design consultants and sit down with them, give them all the information. They'll ask you a lot of questions on, you know, what your needs are and help you design the building that you need and that you want. You can also visit our website at tuffshed.com, or you can give us a call.
Great information. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I'm very happy to be out on location today with the owner of Plum Windows and Doors, Desiree Williams. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, Jody. Always a pleasure.
It is definitely a pleasure, and you guys are doing some really cool stuff at this house we're at today.
Yes.
You guys have done skylights, you're doing windows, and you're also going to do some doors, right?
We are. We've done just about everything on this house. We've just gotten started, but we've put in 11 skylights, which have made a huge difference. They're all solar. And then we're also putting in all the windows, patio doors, and we're doing the entry door and the back door.
And these windows make a huge difference in both appearance and energy savings, right?
Yes. Energy efficiency is really important, especially out here in the desert with this heat, for the solar heat gain and the loss during the winter and the summer and so forth. Aesthetics, they're just a beautiful window. They really enhance everything about your home. And security as well. They keep you safe, not only from people you might not want in your home, but also from insects and dust and allergens. So they keep you breathing nicely and easily.
And that's because of that technology that you guys have. It's not built like other windows. It definitely keeps, like you said, all the dust, all the insects, everything that you want out of the home is staying out because of that new technology.
Absolutely. So one thing that we really pride ourselves is that we have fiberglass windows and doors. Fiberglass is a lot stronger, it's a lot more durable, It makes for a more insulated seal. The windows are double pane, so they're filled with the argon gas, and keep a tighter seal so that you don't have allergens coming through when we have those big dust storms, and you don't have the little critters like the scorpions slipping through the weep holes and so forth on the majority of windows that are out there.
For the folks at home that want to contact you guys to have a member of your team come out and give them a consultation, what would be the best way for them to contact you guys?
Oh, absolutely. Well, there are 3 different ways. You can come visit us in our showroom at 1221 East 22nd Street, or you visit us online at plumwindows.com, or the old-fashioned way, pick up the phone and give us a call at 520-795-4104.
Well, great information. Thank you very much for being on the show
Thank you, Jody.
today.
Always a pleasure.
Definitely.
Green Valley Hospital is open and providing services to our surrounding communities. Did you know that Green Valley Hospital is more than just an emergency room? We also offer a comprehensive selection of outpatient services, lab, respiratory, cardiac cath, endoscopy, and radiology to include mammography and DEXA, ultrasound, MRI, CAT scan, and nuclear medicine. Let our competent and compassionate staff become a part of your healthcare team. Come visit our beautiful facility and see what Green Valley Hospital can offer you.
Who could have thought that such a cataclysmic journey of energy and light, over 90 million miles, could become so beautiful and comforting in the last few feet? We could.
We're out at the beautiful Omni community, and I'm here with the Director of Operations from Sunshine Experts, Doug Goff. Doug, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Tell us about the job today.
Well, today we're installing 10 of the Sentry units, and they're basically going to totally block out and close in this patio.
As we all know, here in Tucson, we get a lot of sun, a lot of heat, and what this does is these awnings and these coverings allow us to use these living environments, these outside areas, during the entire summer, right?
Oh yeah, it's not only going to be the summer, but it's also going to be the winter. But in the summer, you're going to drop the temperature on your patio by 20-25 degrees. The winds are not going to be a factor. Ours are the only ones that have in excess of 75-mile-an-hour wind speeds. We're Dade County approved, the only ones here.
And I think that's important, especially on a property like this that's beautiful and it's open, but it backs up to the golf course as well, which means you have less of a wind break. So when we do have those monsoon winds and things of that nature, they probably see a little more wind speed here.
Oh yes, they see more wind speed. You've got the openness, you've got the great views, you've got all of that. So you want to be able to block out the elements, but you also want to be able to keep your views.
And it's easy for you guys to install. You guys are experts in doing this. You're the #1 company doing this here in Tucson, but also nationally, which is awesome. You guys are constantly getting awards for the great work that you do, and I can't wait to show the folks at home this process. Lori, today you had Sunshine Experts out to install some beautiful blinds. You're an interior designer.
Yes, that's correct.
So you have a great eye. I mean, you have transformed this backyard since you guys have moved into this property, actually the entire house.
Yes.
What went into your thinking when you chose to do these screens?
The screens, we looked at several screens, and we wanted to find the best quality screen. That was the most important thing to me. And I believe we did, and I'm very happy with the people who are working on them and the company that's installing them.
Jody, what are you doing?
Oh man, just getting our Christmas stuff out of the storage shed.
The storage shed. What are you gonna do? Are you having your wife on the roof again with that rope and harness like you did last year?
You know, if she's willing to do it, I think that's going to be the only way we can get it done again this year.
How many times have you gone to the store to buy new material?
Just yesterday, 4 times.
4 times. You know, Jody, most people spend about $350 a year on replacing material, and that's not even getting new material across the board. I have a company, we're California Lighting Design. We'll come out and look at your house, I'll measure it, I'll give you an a la carte menu of cost so that we can put stuff on your roof. You know, Jody, how much do you spend on storage a year for this?
You know, $100 a month, about $1,200 a year.
Wow, I can store it for you for free at your cost because it's part of what I'm charging you anyway.
Wow, that would be a huge savings right there. Now, can you like make it to our specifications and within our budget too?
You know, with the a la carte menu design, you just go through and go, I want to do this, this, and this year because this is what I can afford. Maybe I can add to it next year, because whatever you buy this year, you're buying the material from me, so you're buying commercial grade material. You're not out replacing your own material for $300 at one of the other stores.
And you replace the light bulbs?
I do everything. So next year when we take it down, if I put it back up and half your roof is not working, I will replace it under warranty for free and just not tell you.
And I don't have to worry about my wife falling off the roof. And I really don't have the time, and she doesn't either, to do this. You guys will take care of it, huh?
We'll take care of it. It's what we do for the holiday season. And I carry the insurance, so you don't have to worry about me being on your roof.
Well, you know what? I am sold. Tell my friends at home how they can contact you to have you help them with their home.
Sure, Jody. The easiest way for people to reach me is to call me at 520-668-1151, or you can go online to californialightingdesign.com, and we'll be more than happy to schedule a time to come out and give you an estimate.
Well, I'm looking forward to you helping us this year. Thank you again, Lyons.
No problem, Jody. We look forward to creating your Christmas dream home.
I'm really happy to welcome to the studio today from Rebath, Lisa Walling. Lisa, thanks for being on the show.
Oh, thanks for having us again, Jody. Appreciate it.
I always love having you, and I'm excited about what we're going to talk about today and what we're going to show the audience. We're going to show the audience an entire renovation from beginning to end with your contest winner. Tell us about that.
Well, each year we do a contest that runs a full year. We have the contest box at the home shows, and people put their entries in, and we do it at other small events as well throughout the year. And then at the very end of that full year, we select a winner, and Sarah is our third winner.
And Sarah has a very cute home with a ton of character, and you guys were able to keep that character, just bring it up a step, right?
I think we did. That's one of the great things about our design consultants. They're able to help guide the customer to update their home, but also to keep the character. And I think we did a great job doing that.
The other thing it does too is, like, this home was an old home. And since you guys replaced the tub, you know, a lot of the fixtures, all of that, it really brought up the standards and the quality of the products in that bathroom. She shouldn't have any problems with that for the life of she owns that home because of the quality of the materials that you used.
That's great. That's correct. We do use the best, and we're excited that we can supply that for our customers. We took out her cast iron tub and replaced it with a brand new Rebath tub, and then the walls, and also put a vanity, a new countertop in there, as well as a new toilet.
And you guys are amazing. Bathrooms is all that they do. And they did a great thing. When they had to rip out that cast iron tub, they had to move the drain, and they had to make some other changes to that bathroom. But their quality of work was amazing. You know, I was there the entire process, and I was really impressed by their quality. And these guys have been with you for a while.
They have. In fact, Alex has been with us for 5 years. He's been in the industry for 20 plus, but he's a great guy and does fabulous work. He's very particular and very much a perfectionist, and the end result was something that we're very proud of.
You should be. You know, the one thing that you guys did, and you know, it's your designer working with your installer, you guys maximized the entire amount of space that they could use in that bathroom, because that was a small space that you were dealing with.
It was very small. In fact, Sarah only had a pedestal sink in that bathroom before, so she didn't have a lot of place to put her toiletries and shampoo, extra toilet paper, whatever you would use in a bathroom. And so we put a vanity in there with a nice new countertop, and she was able to maximize that space and have some places to put her toiletries in.
So I know that there's a lot of people here in Tucson that face that same situation, a small space, but they want to do an upgrade, get the most out of their space. You guys will come out and do a free estimate, right?
That is correct. In fact, all a customer needs to do is to call us at 520-322-0120. Again, that number is 520-322-0120. And we can schedule an in-home design consultant to come out to your home and give you a free in-home estimate.
And there's no obligation, and so many products and materials to choose from when they come out. It's really an amazing process, and you guys do a fantastic job. Thank you so much for being on today's show.
Thanks, Jody.
Hi, this is Eric with Savannah Nursery. A lot of people want to put something on the patio table for the holiday season, a lot of winter visitors coming in, but it's a little bit challenging here in Tucson. So if you want to have something on that table in your garden that looks great, that doesn't take a lot of care, think about succulents. They're not going to need a lot of water because they store water in their leaves. And so you only need to water these probably once a month in the wintertime. If you're going to put it in the sun, make sure it's a real blue color, because those are going to reflect the sunlight off. It's almost like zinc on your nose. The darker green ones do better in the shade. So those, when you're looking for your succulents, if you're going to put it out in the sun, get some of the bright blue, chalky colored ones. This is called cotyledon, chalk fingers, and the chalk comes right off onto your fingers. Takes the sun really well, very cold hardy also. All the cotyledons are very great plants. When you're planting them up in one of your pots, you want to make sure that you've got great cactus soil, good quality cactus soil. This is going to have perlite in it and lava rock, and that's going to help with the drainage, which is really important. If they stay wet too long, they'll rot out. So succulents are a great way to get some color and greenery onto the patio. You know, you can put succulents in an old tin bucket like that, and they do great. You only have to water them probably once a month in the wintertime, or even less if it's a rainy season. Hey, for more information and what varieties of succulents do well in Tucson, give us a call at 546-9200. Stop by the nursery at 5301 South Houghton, or check out our website at savannanursery.net.
Very excited to welcome to the studio today from B&J Refrigeration, one of the owners, Roy Mall. Thanks for being on the show.
That's my pleasure.
So tell us about your position with the company.
Well, my position started when back in 1996 I came in and I interviewed and got a job as a technician, and basically worked as a technician for about 16 years and just worked my way up.
That's one of the things I love about your company is a lot of the ownership started off, you know, as employees. Like you said, you start off as a new technician, bottom of the rung.
Bottom of the run.
And worked your way up. So you guys know the entire business from the bottom to the top, right?
Oh, sure, yeah. That's one way to actually learn about the business and to know your job, and you know, and being a leader, as in, I do oversee the service department. So what I do is I know the job that I have to do and tell my technicians what they need to do, because you know what, I've done that before, and if they need help, I'm there for them.
You're not one of those guys that says, well, in theory, this should work. You can say, you know what, we were out on a job site a few years ago and this is what worked, let's try this. You actually have the real world hands-on experience.
Hands-on experience, that's right.
I know service is extremely important, especially here in Tucson. The last thing we need is for the AC to break down in the middle of summer when it's 110 degrees out, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's when it does break down, is when it's a high demand and the temperatures are hot.
And you guys have service plans available?
Oh, yes, we do. We have what we call our RPM, which is a residential preventative maintenance. So what we do is we like to go out, we like to gauge check the refrigerant, Freon, and check all the electrical components, check all connections electrically. That's a big electrical failure, and clean the coils, check the filters, make sure that we do have a clean filter in the system, because if you don't have a clean filter, you're going to lose efficiency. And if you have a clogged filter, you're going to starve the equipment. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of the evaporator coil freezing up. Well, that's what happens because of lack of airflow.
You guys have fantastic ratings and reviews on Angie's List and the BBB, so people can go there to find out more about you. But if they want to contact you guys directly, what's the best way?
Best way is by phone, 520-326-9672, or go to our website, www.bjrefrigeration.com.
Incredible information. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having us.
I'm very excited to welcome to the studio today Vice President and Senior Loan Officer from Nova Home Loans, Ian Brannon. Ian, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me again, Jody.
Well, I love having you on, and today we're going to talk about something that's been going on, I guess, the last couple of months. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, it's a Pathway to Purchase program. You know, everyone's been talking about it. I've seen a few people on your show talk about it, actually. But I want to go with a different angle because the Pathway to Purchase is a down payment assistance program, but it has limited funds available. So I want to talk about the aftermath.
funds are dwindling, right?
Yeah, they're about halfway through. So you know, if you estimate, you know, how much longer they're going to go, I would say maybe another month and a half. It's hard to tell exactly, but I don't want to freak everyone out. But you know, you have to prepare for what happens if those funds are no longer available and you're pre-qualified with that program.
So what does happen?
Well, one of the downsides of that type of program is you can't reserve the funds until after you have final underwriting approval. Well, final underwriting approval doesn't happen until a few weeks before the closing date. So there's a long time frame where you're sitting in limbo wondering whether you're going to get qualified for the program or not. What happens is if you go to reserve those funds and they're no longer available, you need a plan B. And that's what I want to talk about today, what the plan B is for everyone when the pathway to purchase funds are no longer available.
What does that plan B look like?
Well, the plan B for a lot of my clients is something called the Pima County Bond Program. The one thing that I like about the Pima County Bond Program is it has replenishable funds, which means there is no expiration of the money. It's always available, you can always count on it, and it's a really good way to leverage your qualification when the pathway to purchase funds run out. And the way that those funds replenish, you know, some people think, well, why wouldn't the pathway to purchase funds replenish themselves? Because the pathway to purchase are grant funds for a down payment, and a large amount of it too, 10% up to $20,000. That's a big chunk of change. The bond program works differently, whereas it has a slightly higher interest rate, and there's typically a 1% origination charge up front. Well, that higher rate and the 1% origination charge goes back to reinvest into the program so that the next person in line has money available for their down payment as well. So it's a really cool way to count on down payment assistance down the road so that you're not left hanging out to dry if the money's all gone.
The program that we're talking about, Pathway to Purchase, is limited to certain areas in this area, but Pima County Bond that you're talking about actually covers all of Pima County, right?
Absolutely. So the more specific Pathway to Purchase program is limited to Tucson and South Tucson. So Marana, sorry. Oro Valley, sorry. Vail, too bad. So the Pima County Bond Program, it really broadens the search for homes. Sahuarita's included in there, certainly Marana, Oro Valley, Vail. If you fit within the guideline parameters, you can really buy anywhere in Pima County.
Well, that's great information for the folks at home that want to contact you to be educated, to see where they currently stand and how they can get that home that they want in the future. What's the best way? The best way is to give me a call. My direct line is 520-577-4761. You can always visit my website, www.ianbrannongroup.com. Well, great information as always. Thank you so much for being on the show. Thanks again, Jody. Thanks for joining us today. Remember, if you missed any part of today's show or you just want to watch it again, go to mydreamhometv.com. We also have great resources there for everything that you need in the Tucson area. So join us next week right here on KGUN 9 at 8 a.m. for My Dream Home.